it's the wave of the future that personalized learning and project-based is a way to go, because everything's out there already. On Google, you can find anything. So it's almost like, okay, I'm going to teach them how to multiply decimals. Well, they can just figure that out on Google. So you've got to kind of go towards their higher level thinking now.
It's more collaborative, so the kids are working together. You can work in smaller groups, push them to get to the point that you need to get them to.
This class is different because we do a lot of projects. In other classes you probably just sit in there and learn one thing and do it for a week and then you move on. But we stay on one subject for a long time and do a lot of projects on it to make sure we understand it.
I think it's different because you get to realize how things go together, like how subjects link.
For mine, it's been incredibly cohesive because all the books that we've read have had a social studies historical kind of a twist to it. So when the kids have been reading it, I've been pulling out ELA type standards and meshing it with social studies.
We might be learning about ratios, for example. And in a traditional setting, I would teach about ratios. We do some whole group, the kids would practice, we take a test. It's like, okay, great, you got your grade, now we're moving on to the next thing. Whereas now it's like, okay, we're learning about ratios, but why are we learning about them? How could you use those in a real world setting? What careers do you want to explore when you get older, and how do those careers use ratios? Or how do you use ratios in your cheerleading routine or your soccer game or whatever? And so the kids get more excited and we have deeper conversations.
And I think it's easier because we get to learn at our own pace, and we get to pick what we do every day, so it's easier to keep track of what we're doing. I like it because in elementary school, our teacher would just sit there and talk to us, and now we get to do more hands-on and a lot of project-based learning.
I had a lot of concern as to where he was going to fit in with the placement, but it's kept him busy. He's fit right in. He's much more apt to want to go to school. More than anything, it's relaxing compared to a standard school where it's sit in the desk, classes from this time to that time, this is what you're going to do. He said it himself, he's more like at home. He can choose where he wants to sit. He can alternate different classrooms.
They design it, so because it's catered around their likes and their interest in what they're doing every single day, and they have so much autonomy, I think that there's always that interest. They always want to be part of it because they're the ones that created what we're doing.
I think they really enjoy being able to choose what activity fits their mood or their energy level for that day too. I know sometimes if I'm feeling overwhelmed or if students are feeling overwhelmed, they might choose something where they're just sitting and working, or on a day where they need to get up and move, then they have the option to do something more kinesthetic.
I think the autonomy is huge because a lot of times with middle schoolers, we know they need structure. But with our class, we're also kind of saying, hey, we see you, we know that you're only 11 or 12 years old, but we also know that you're capable of doing some really awesome things, and we're going to let you show us some of those things.
Science last year, if someone wasn't on the exact same page as everyone else and you had to go back to what they were doing, unlike this, if someone's behind or someone's ahead, you can it's fine. They can be behind, you can be ahead, doesn't matter because you'll all get to the same place at the end.
Well, I think that we'll meet the kid exactly where they are. Yeah. And so besides all the active learning we talked about, that makes things more, it just makes it more fun, but it also makes it more meaningful as an experience. And so therefore they're more likely to learn the material. But then I get to know that particular kid and what that particular kid needs.
I think it's just such an incredible opportunity for students. It gets them outside of the four walls that they're generally used to, and it gives them that interaction with different teachers, different students, and it also is just teaching them those life skills that we want our students to know, being able to make choices, being able to manage time, being able to communicate effectively, to let your peers and your teacher know what you need.
I really believe this is for everybody. I think that everybody deserves a choice in their learning, and that with that choice is empowerment, and everybody deserves a chance to feel empowered. And if only we all felt that way, what could we accomplish? What could we really do?
Students who will be in 6th and 7th grade in the 2020-2021 school year can request Academy courses. Look for Academy classes listed on the middle school course request forms. These forms are distributed to students in February or March and are listed on the middle school website. For more information, about the middle school academies, please call your child's middle school.